Hello, Gizmos, and welcome to a special edition of FIFA23 with Drayton Town. This episode is purely based on stats. There is no gameplay or anything like that. It's just to see how we've done in the first part of the season. We're now in January, so it is just to see what the stats looks like, the table, and just other little bits like that within the league. A couple of people have departed. Danny is back from injury now, so hopefully he can come back into the team and make a difference. We start with the standings. We'll go through the cups. So we are in the third round. We do have Plymouth Argyle in the Pavadrons Trophy next, which is actually our next game in January. A couple of other big teams in there. Ipswich are in there still. Portsmouth are in there still. Charlton, Bolton, Peterborough. They're all big teams, League One teams, wanting to win it. So there's no doubt that like Pompey, Ipswich, Peterborough, Charlton, even probably Bolton will go through. So it's then trying to beat them. We've got to get past Plymouth as well. So never know, anything can happen. We are obviously out of the Carabao Cup. Everton have actually gone all the way through to the semi-finals. They had a half decent run in. We would have had Charlton after they beat us, and then we would have had Bradford and then Manchester United in the semis, but it wasn't meant to be. Got knocked out early. The round 3 of the FA Cup we're in. We do have Fulham at home, which is the game after Plymouth Argyle. So 2 tough games coming up to start the new year off. Wouldn't have minded a couple of other teams in there, like Pompey are in there with Villa, wouldn't have minded one of them. Arsenal, one of these big teams, even Southampton, I wouldn't have minded. So hopefully we can do something against Fulham. As in terms of the table, Northampton, of course, who battered us 5-2 not so long ago, are sitting top of the league and only lost 2 games. Makes a difference because if you look at the top 3, Salford have lost 4, Bradford have lost 3, Northampton have lost only 2. So you can see where the level is. The top 3 at the moment, doing that. We've lost more games, but they've drawn more games. The wins are probably even. It is very tight to even think about top at the moment. It looks like it's going to be a 2-horse race. The playoffs, I feel like we might have secured a playoff place. Crew down in 37 points. They're in 8th. In towards us. So we've got to drop a lot of points. There's probably a gap between Gillingham and Mansfield in 5th and 6th. Other people here is very tight here, 32 points to 37 from just outside, and then sort of like 32 down to probably, I would say 28, and then the bottom 5 teams is where probably the worst 5 teams of the league are actually sat at the moment. So it is going to be a very difficult running towards the end of the season. You can see on the right hand side, Swindon is our first game in the league, but of course a couple of these League 2 sides are not in the FA Cup. In terms of stats, we've done pretty well in terms of goal scoring and abilities like that, but I'll go down the list one by one just to make it easier in that respect instead of doing the top goal scorers and that. So Alfie has made 8 appearances. He has actually 1 clean sheet, and he was the first goalkeeper to keep the clean sheet against Hartlepool in the last episode. Ian 1 clean sheet as well, which he kept as well in the last episode, and so did Sov. So it was a good December for clean sheets, so hopefully we can build it on and go forward into the forthcoming months. So 1 clean sheet for all of them. They do have a lot of clean sheets still left to go to hit their bonus. In terms of defenders, Ryan with 1 goal and 2 clean sheets and a couple of assists there as well. Kian got an assist and a clean sheet but no goals. Dan, no goals but some clean sheets, same as Chris. Robbie with 1 clean sheet, also has an assist as well, and I can't remember where that was, but clearly has 1. Ian Jacobs has 1 goal to his name, which was the goal in the first round of the Carabao Cup as well. Coming down into Novio, 2 assists and 2 clean sheets. Dave, of course, got a goal, which was the goal in the Carabao Cup, which I think it ended like 4 or 5 to us. I think it was maybe Port Vale or the game before that. Paul with a couple of goals, and so Tommy with a couple of goals as well. Alfie has 1 goal, but it was probably one of the best goals of the series so far. His absolutely outrageous shot into the top hand corner I think that was in the group stage at Shrewsbury, so I think he's probably one goal of the season already. Tony has a goal as well. Myself on 16 goals with 7 assists. Not a bad contribution in terms of goals. I've probably had 22 goal contributions in all. Jack's on 6 goals, but remember, 4 of them came in the Papa John's Trophy. He scored 4 in one game. Absolutely dominated from start to finish in terms of that. So Jax is absolutely flying in terms of goals at the moment. Got a couple of assists as well. Neil very high on the assists and goals. Got a couple more assists than me, but less goals, so it probably evens out as the same. Danny with 2 goals, but of course he's been out for the last 6 weeks. He looks like he's back fit now, so we shall see how that pans out and how that goes forward, because we might need him in the Carabao Cup, the Papa John's Trophy game against Plymouth. If not, it might be that the fact that someone else starts. B leading the assists actually this season. He has 14 of them and 9 goals, so he's 1 goal away. So he's 23 goal contributions, which I think is probably one of the highest, which is actually really good for him. Mikey just scores goals no matter what career save that I've done. He just bags in the goals. He knows where the goal is. Also got 9 goal contributions as well, so that's really good from what you want from a striker. Ocean sat on 4 goals with 2 assists. Ocean doing pretty well. I'd expected him more to goals in like the Papa John's and the Carabao Cup, but it seems that League 2 is where his level is. He's actually scored a couple of goals that have salvaged a fair few important points as well in previous episodes. So the only people that has done the clean or done the bonuses so far at the moment, and I've got the list in front of me. So B has completed his because he needed 5 goals, so he is done with his bonus. I have done with my bonus because I was on appearances. Jax has done because he was on appearances, 15 each for both of us. Neil was actually on 10 appearances as well, so he's done. And the only other person that has done is Mikey. He needed 10 goals and he has 19 goals. So 5 people have done it. B was the first person to do these bonuses as well because he scored the 5 goals. So really good in terms of that. Not really much development in terms of players, but contracts, what people were from wages, probably a little bit high on some people. Alfie's gone up by 1, Ian 1, Sov 1, Ryan 2, Kean 1, Dan 2. So a couple of them will keep going up. Novio and Dave going up by a bit. Paul and Tommy and Alfie there as well. Tony, Joey going up into the 70s. Jax going up. Neil going up to 65, almost at the 70s. Danny going up. B almost at 70 as well. Mikey going up nearly at 70s as well. Ocean actually going up into 58, so nearly at the 60s. So a lot of good development players and a lot of squad depth that we've got with our players. In terms of, I think it might be on maybe, I don't want to customize club. I just want to see our stats really. I guess it might be my career. So at this moment in time, we've played 36, we've won 20, we've lost 9, drawn 7, nearly scored 100 goals in all competitions, conceded 66. So you can see where the problem lies straight away, and you can see what our good problem is as well, which is kind of weird because we score a lot of goals, but at the same time we concede a fair few as well. So not really bothered at that at the moment. We've got a higher win percentage than losing. That's always important to have in terms of abilities in games and stuff like that. Our biggest defeat is actually Stockport away. I'd count the Newport 5-2 defeat up there as well. Definitely got battered in that game. Our biggest win is actually Doncaster at home 6-1. Really good game in that one. As you can see, a couple of round threes. Avoid finishing in the bottom part of League 2, which I think we're going to do. I don't think there's anything else in terms of sort of anything like that. So all in all, it's been a very, very good first part of the season. I know what we could do better in terms of terms of our game mode. Definitely with the away formation, I feel like we play attacking formation away, so we're losing a lot of games. So we might need to change and go a little bit more defensive, maybe switch this one around with that one. The cup one seems to work, the home one seems to work. It's just this away formation that we just need to twinge just a little bit. So hopefully we can do that. Yeah, so this is just a short episode, so I will get this all out for you. Hopefully, I will get a couple more episodes out. I will show you our January schedule. So yeah, as I say, we've got 2 cup games. Then we've got Swindon, Newport, Doncaster, and Mansfield at home. So a couple of winnable, couple of losable games there. Maybe the Mansfield game we might lose. Potentially Swindon we might lose as well. Even though they're low down in the table, Swindon actually got a half decent team. I would like to go forward into that cup, and I think we're going to definitely go out of the cup to Fulham, but we see what we can do. Just in terms of unbeaten run, I think the unbeaten run sort of started probably like Stockport here, so maybe they're like 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe yeah, I think we've gone on like a 4 or 5 win game unbeaten run. I think September was our best. Going 5 unbeaten and losing in the cup, but you don't really count that. But yeah, it's a difficult sort of season. You can see where the problem lies. You can see all the L's are away from home. And just quickly, I think in terms of that, so Sutton we lost away from home, Leyton Orient we lost away from home, Stockport we lost at home, Newport we lost away from home. So there's 3 league defeats, Gillingham 4, Northampton 5, and if we lost 9, we've actually got a worse away record than home. So definitely that problem does lie away from home. So yeah, guys, thank you very much for watching this. Let me know in the comments what you think that we could do better going forward, especially in the second half of the month. We want to cement our playoff spot. A bad run of fixtures, we could lose that place, and anyone in the mid-table can definitely get it. So hopefully that doesn't happen. But yeah, I appreciate your comment and views, guys. But I will see you all for after this one. It'll be the January one. So take care, guys. Like, subscribe, and comment if you are new. And I will see you all ready for the January episode. Thanks, guys. See you later.